Guys, welcome back to Victory TV, presented by Canva. I'm your host, Jake Barkadesh, and always joined by Melbourne Victory Women's captain, Kayla MORRISON. Kayla, a massive week for the club. The girls have got it all on the line against Adelaide in the first week of finals, and the boys are off to Japan to qualify for the Champions League.
It is a nail-biting week of games. It's a win and go on or a lose and go home situation. So I think there's a lot on the line.
It's what it's all about. Well, let's get the show on the road. It's a big women's focus this week as defender Brooke HENDRIX and head coach Jeff HOPKINS join us in studio to discuss the season and this week's final. We recap last night's draw over the Mariners as we get the latest from the camp ahead of their departure to Japan, and fan favourite Raul Baena joins us from Hong Kong as he reflects on his time at the club. Kayla, another cracker tonight.
Oh, I love Victory TV when it's based around the women and based around International Women's Week, so I think it'll be probably the best show yet.
We can't wait. Well, first things first, let's look back at the highlights from last night's match in Gosford as the boys picked up a point on the road against the Mariners.
On we go. Rojas for victory. Marco Rojas. And it was going to creep in that bottom corner before Birighitti got a hand to it. It's going to be Jake Brimmer to deliver the corner towards an near post. And Hamill got it on target, pushed away by Birighitti. Oh, Dan Hall slipped on a platter. Gift wrapped for Nick D'Agostino, who wasn't going to miss from there. Victory lead. It's a horror moment for Daniel Hall. Rojas. First time touch from Broxham. Lovely spin by D'Agostino. What a ball. They're away here, Victory. It's Marco Rojas. Left it up towards Arenya. Nodded on by Muller on the spin. Nikolai Muller. He's done it for the Central Coast. It's 1-1. And Victory have been made to pay for their profligacy.
Well, Kayla, obviously not the result we wanted, but good to see Daggers back on the score sheet before our trip to Japan.
There's no better time than right now to be in form, so I think it's looking really good for Victory.
Back him in to get another in the coming week. Well, with the boys resting up at home before their flight to Japan on Friday, we caught up with Brendan Hamill after their return to Melbourne earlier this afternoon.
Brendan, you've got a lot of experience in the Asian Champions League, having won it in 2014 with Western Sydney. What do you think of when you hear Champions League football?
It's exciting. It's a competition that every club in the A-League wants to be a part of, and we're fortunate enough through our cup run and our hard work in pre-season to have a chance at entering the group stages. So it's exciting. It's exciting as a club, and Melbourne Victory have been a part of many ACL campaigns in previous years, and rightly so. They're a huge club, so we're looking to add to that. A big trip, an exciting trip to Japan, to Vissel Kobe, and the boys are ready to go.
And take us back to 2014. You were a part of the only Australian team that's won it. What were the keys to that run, and how does an Australian team really make a run in this league?
I haven't really looked back on that and thought about that whole experience too much. But I know we had a top team, we had a top mentality, very disciplined. Everyone was on the same page, everyone knew their job, and no matter what was thrown at us, no matter the obstacles, we stuck together and we found a way. And Asia's, it's a tough place, but that's a privilege. So it's exciting that we're in this position, and we need to grab it with both hands. We can't go there scared. We have to have full belief, and we do. Once we step on that plane, we'll be going there with the mentality and the attitude to go and get a job done.
And we're facing a seriously decent side on their own home pitch over in Japan. What are the keys to really holding it together against a side that maybe is a quality that you don't always face, in the normal league?
I suppose it's we've got to focus on ourselves. Obviously, we're going to do our homework on Vissel Kobe. Not that it's like any other match day. It's a little bit different to the A-League, but we still sort of go through our regular routine with analysing us with the ball, us without the ball. Physically, mentally, preparing as a team and as individuals. And I suppose it's just going back to that mindset of going over there and believing that we can go over there and get a job done. And the belief is high in this group. So looking forward to it.
And the team's really started to click and flow again in the last 2 or 3 games. What do you think has changed that's got the team looking so good again?
Yeah, I think it's 3 games unbeaten, 2 wins and a draw. I think it's I might sound like a broken record, but focusing on us, focusing on our football, day in, day out, not looking too far ahead, taking it game by game, and we've got to continue this winning mentality. We've got a lot of winners and a lot of experienced players and a lot of young boys coming through, pushing. So it's a good position. It's a good squad to be in. Fighting for positions, and that's always keeping things healthy.
And just on your own form, your own season at Victory, you become a real key player. How have you rated your own performance so far?
Listen, I don't focus too much on myself. I'm focusing on just doing my job for the team. Not looking too far ahead, game by game, in this season. That's sort of unprecedented times. So I'm just looking to do my bit for the team and play my role as best I can. That's it.
And just lastly on the trip, are you a fan of Japanese cuisine? Have you been there before?
I've been there a couple of times. I think we'll be in strict lockdown protocols over there, so not sure what the cuisine is going to be like, but we're just going to have to get on with it. An obstacle we're going to have to overcome, and hopefully we can go over there and put in a good performance.
Thank you to Brendan for his time today. And Kayla, it's great to see Brendan injury-free and looking to get back to his old form, being one of the best defenders in the league.
Absolutely. It's so good seeing him out on the pitch. He's not only a good soccer player, but an amazing human. So I'm glad to see him out there absolutely dominating.
Now, I know you've had a chat to some of the boys about their upcoming trip, Champions League trip, first international trip for the club for a while. What's their feeling like?
I think it's just a really, really positive feeling, not only because they're excited to be going on an international trip together, but it's an opportunity to qualify for the Champions League. And I think, they've got a really good shot at it, and I think that they're all feeling really positive.
Absolutely pumped for that clash. Well, it's all eyes on the women, though, this week as Jeff Hopkins' side looks to cause another finals boil over as they head to Adelaide to take on the Reds in the minor semi-final at Coopers Stadium. A season that's seen plenty of ups and downs, but it all comes down to the next 3 matches as the side looks to replicate their incredible run last season to defend their title. And we've been lucky enough to be joined by the head coach himself ahead of their Adelaide trip. Jeff, welcome to Victory TV.
Cheers, thanks for having me.
Well, how have the preparations been this week for the girls?
They've been really good, actually. We've obviously not had great preparation over the last 3 or 4 weeks without having too much time to train, but it's good to have a bit of time out on the training field. The players are very, very bright. There's a lot of energy within the group, and they've trained with real good quality and intensity. So I'm quite happy as things are going at the moment.
Fantastic. Now, we've spoken to some of your girls around what it's been like for them with the congested season, the on and off periods. What's it been like for you as a manager dealing with that?
Look, I got to admit, it's been pretty tough. It's been very, very tough for the players themselves, but obviously for the staff as well. There's a huge increase in workload, and I most probably just want to say well done to our staff. They've been absolutely magnificent. Everything I've asked of them, they've done, and a little bit more. So in terms of that, the staff have been fantastic, and if they're doing their job or if we're doing our jobs well, it makes it a lot easier for the players. And in terms of the playing staff, they've had to really dig deep, something that we weren't prepared for at the beginning of the season. And most probably the last few games, we lacked a bit of energy. But that's okay, because we now come out of that period, and we know that we can get through it. We're going to have a lot of good preparation for this game this weekend. And there's just looking at the way things went last year, there's 1 or 2 similarities that I'm quite looking forward to.
which leads us perfectly into our next question. Do you see some similarities between last year's season and this year's season?
Yeah, most definitely. I think the way we started the season, we started the season reasonably well last year and very well this year. Had a big roadblock with a couple of big defeats and then came really strong out of that. I think last year then we ended up having to go to Sydney for a premiership playoff, which we lost. So we lost our last game. Then had to go then up to Queensland to play the Raw, who had just previously beaten us 6-0, and we put 6 past them.
Wow.
So you look at this year now. We went over to Adelaide at the end of a very, very tough period of games for us. Lost the game 3-0, and now we head back there this weekend to play a good side that must be full of confidence, but are in uncharted territory with their first appearance in the final. So yeah, look, does look very similar to last year, and we're hoping and we're planning on the same sort of result on Sunday.
Absolutely.
I know the belief that you've got in us. Jake doesn't, and neither does,
It
all
sounds
the
like
fans.
there's a lot of belief.
Could you tell everyone, the type of belief you see in not only us, but, in the team and the hope that you have for us?
Yeah, look, I think there's most probably a couple of games this year where I looked at the players. The Sydney FC game at home, played, I think, 3 midweek games. I think it was the 5th or the 6th game on the spin we played. And at half time, I kind of looked around and wasn't sure what we were going to get from the players. Similar, and we went out in the second half, and the players just find the energy, find the way to do it from somewhere. We even went 2 goals down in that second half, and again on the side we're thinking, do we now plan for the weekend? The game's dead, or do we throw on a couple of positive subs and try and win this game, knowing that we've got a game in 2 days? And yeah, the belief that we've got shows the way that we try and keep going right to the end, because these players just don't know when they're beaten. They don't know when they're beaten. They don't know when or whenever to give up. So yeah, look, it's just as a coach, to know that your team has got that much belief in themselves, it's just it's a fantastic thing to have. And look, I'm sure that we'll see that again on the weekend in these one-off games. That's where players with that sort of belief and that sort of attitude really come to the fore. So,
Jeff, you're going to make me want to put on my boots and play for you the way after
well,
that.
I certainly do. I'm going to get mine on.
But no, we've got the hard-hitting questions here at Victory TV, and one of the things I'm sure all the Victory TV staff want to know is what it's like dealing with Kayla. As we know, she's a bit of a prima donna, but how's it for you?
No, look, on a serious note, we have missed her this year. Her leadership is important, and I guess we work pretty closely. She's part of the leadership group. She's still our club captain, and we still talk quite regularly. In terms of her, I think she knows how I feel about her. She's look, the way that she's dealt with the injury this year. I say I've had 1 or 2 long-term injuries in the past, and definitely didn't deal with it as the way that she's done it. She's always bright, cheery, puts the team first, everything you want from a captain. So yeah, look, I've got nothing but good things to say about her for sure.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
She's a star. She's a star. Well, Jeff, thank you for joining us on the show, and obviously good luck for Sunday in the big clash.
Great. I'm really looking forward to it so much. Can't wait for it to come.
Kayla, great to have Jeff here, someone who's been a big part of your footballing journey.
A massive part. He's the one who recruited me to Victory, and a big reason of why I've signed 2 more years at Victory is to hopefully, continue to be coached by him and, learn all the centre back tips and tricks he's got for me.
Handy advice, I'm sure. Well, a change of pace now, and we've seen how Wordle has taken over our daily routines, but it was time to see if Paige Zoyas and Maya Markowski have what it takes to work together to solve the dilemma with our special word master, Ivan Kalava.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay, start off with that.
Custom word. I reckon he would. I think we need to get in his head a bit. What would he pick? Like a table or something?
No, do audio.
Next one. Well, if we do audio, there's already an A not in it. So,
Okay, make something with the
yeah.
words.
An I.
What about
an O.
drums?
Drums. Nice. Very good.
Do you like the drums?
Do I like the drums?
Is it yeah.
I had a cousin who was playing them. Nightmare.
Nightmare.
Yeah, true. We have a neighbour that plays the drums. I can take a fair effort. Ooh, okay. Coins. So there's a C in it, but
Wait.
it's not in that place.
Jokes.
Jokes, yeah.
No.
Box. No. I reckon
What
the C's
is
there.
it?
What else goes with the C? Like a letter C.
H, but not with an S.
True. Unless it could be socks. It's socks. It's so socks.
Is it socks?
Oh, I knew it.
Stuff.
Thank you.
That was pretty good.
It was an easy one.
That was an easy one.
Oh, Kayla, I'm questioning my own ability at Wordle after watching that. The girls got that pretty quickly.
Yeah, I do have to say, I think a lot of time would lapse if you were to play Wordle.
That must be word of the day if you're saying that.
I think maybe it is.
Oh, there we go. Well, our preview of the big women's final continues as we welcome one of the latest additions to the women's squad on Victory TV. Brooke HENDRIX, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Have you caught this Wordle banter? Have you had any experiences with the game itself?
A little bit. My mom's really involved in it, and she's trying to get me to start, but I'm kind of working my way in with the girls on the way trips. I'm feeling it out. I don't know yet. I'm not convinced.
Yeah, either am I, to be honest,
Okay.
but she's trying to change me. But anyway, how has your time been at the club since you've been here?
It's been pretty good. I haven't really had too much time to, explore too much because we've been playing like a million games in a row. But that's been fun too. I came to play, so that's been good. I really liked it so far.
Could you give us a little quick rundown of what your soccer playing history is?
Okay, quick rundown. I've traveled a lot. So I played in America in college, and then I took like a year and a half off to finish my degree. Then I went to Holland for some trials. Then I went to Scotland, and I made that team and played there for a little bit. Then I went to Switzerland, Iceland, Italy, and England. And then America, and then now here.
Okay, that is a
Those
lot.
frequent flyers must be good.
Yeah,
Exactly.
getting a lot of points.
Where does the Australian league's level rank amongst that?
I feel like this question is always kind of tough just because every country kind of has like their own style of play and how they play.
Yeah.
And it's always been good in its own way, right? I think the Australian league is really good as far as like physicality and passion and drive and wanting to be here. I think the only difference is that there's a lot of younger players in this league,
Yeah.
which is great. It's good to see it growing and getting more people in and players in.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's up there. I just think it's just getting more experience, and I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, I would have to agree. So, really good answer.
Thank you.
I know we've had a conversation. You asked me something when you first came and said, Kayla, I need some help with the toilets in Australia because they're a little bit different than America. Can you explain that conversation to the people?
Okay, this is actually a really confusing subject for Americans because we have one flusher. Doesn't matter what you do in the bathroom, you're just going to push the same one. Here, apparently there's different types of flushes. I'm unsure. I didn't realize that was a thing. So there's like the one and then the two or the two. I don't know if you push two. I don't know. I'm still figuring it out. I'm just playing with it.
I'm inclined to
experimenting.
agree with the Americans.
Right?
I mean, one button seems easier than two.
Right?
But it's not as good for the environment. That's the
Okay,
issue,
right.
which is typical.
But now I'm ruining it, I think, because I push all three sometimes. Like I just,
so you're doing
I don't
so
know.
much water.
I'm making up for the slack that everyone else is
Yeah,
having.
okay, that's fine. To get a little more serious, what are the feelings, the vibes headed into Adelaide this weekend?
I think they're really good, actually. Everyone's kind of I wouldn't say bitter, but we're a little bit upset with how the last time went against them. We were really tired. We had a ton of games, and we just don't want it to be an excuse. And we're ready to go. We've had some rest, and we're ready to take it to them.
Now, obviously, you've come in as an injury replacement and the season's nearing ahead, obviously, for the pointy end of the season, which is why we're glad you're here. But have you got any plans for the future or thinking about that space at all?
Yeah, I think you always got to think about the future, especially when the season's almost done here. I'm hoping to go back to America, see what I can do there, hopefully get a chance. If not, I have a British passport, actually, so possibly England as well. But I would like to come back here if I could.
Definitely. Well, hopefully we'll see you back in the Victory shirt soon. But thank you for coming into the studio, for giving us your time, and obviously good luck for Sunday as well.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Well, a big thank you to Brooke for joining us, Kayla, as we head into the analysis bunker with Systema to look at Brooke's influence this season.
Brooke's experience has come to the forefront during her time at Victory, and she's even picked up a souvenir goal with this effort against Newcastle a few weeks back. A real strong centre-back's header as she found the back of the net. And with experience, the ability to read the game sets her apart, being able to cut this chance out. And in the next clip, she does the same to read the pass out of defense to stifle the Canberra attack and cause the turnover. Again, another great cutout opens the game to let us out of this press as we combine to get out of traffic.
Well, let's have a look at Brooke's season stats, and she showed she's a force in the air, winning 81% of her aerial duels. But as Kayla mentioned, her ability to read the game comes out in her block and interception numbers. So thank you to Systema for taking us into the analysis bunker. The girls are back to throw each other under the bus as we find out the player most likely to consider themselves an influencer and who also is controlling the tunes in the dressing room.
Maya. I think Kyra's an aspiring influencer, wouldn't you say? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, between Kyra and Maya, maybe.
Definitely Maya Markovsky. Kayla, sorry. And Maya, she's TikTok famous. Follow her on TikTok.
I don't know why I've copped this one so much. I'm gonna say Casey. She posts on Instagram more than I do.
At the moment, probably Kayla. She's doing all these interviews, so yeah, she's a bit of an influencer.
I don't post on social media.
You saw her cowboy hat. She's an influencer.
Oh, there's always bloody weird flickers for sure. Maya, Maisels, Bunge.
We kind of have a team playlist and I get stitched up half the time, so maybe me?
Maisels.
Maisels.
Maisels. Maya Markovsky. Yeah, I'd say Maisels or Jaden too, depending on the day. Mindy's on it and then Maisels will come on it with some terrible stuff, so we'll kick her off again.
Kayla, your name seems to keep popping up every week on these games. Obviously an influencer. You don't even post.
I told the girls that exactly. I'm never on Instagram, I don't post, but I think it's just because I'm on Victory TV. They're maybe a little jealous and give me that influencer role.
And Maya Markovsky seems to be popping up quite a bit as well.
Yes.
But anyway, another person who made themselves famous with the Victory faithful with their personality on and off the field is the man who joins us now all the way from Asia, former Victory midfielder Raul Buena. Raul, thank you for joining Victory TV.
Hi, happy to be with you.
Can you just tell us where you are at the moment?
I am in Hong Kong.
How's it been playing in Hong Kong?
I am happy here in general. And today we are leaving to Thailand to prepare the ACL. And I hope we can see you guys and play against Victory. So the best of luck for the game, and I hope to see you soon.
Well, thanks for the kind words, Raul. I'm sure the fans will be so happy to hear from you. You only spent one season at Victory, but you quickly became a fan favorite. What do the fans at Victory mean to you?
A lot. So I appreciate a lot their support from first day until now, because I still receive a lot of message, and even I remember when we won the league here last season, and Victory was playing a game, and the fan started to sing my song when I played there. So it was very exciting. So I appreciate a lot all Kichi fans.
Yeah, I'm sure that is like so amazing, and I'm sure they really appreciated your time here. What was the season like as far as football? You finished 3rd in the league, and you guys also got to a semi-final.
Yeah. I wanted to win the league, but it was impossible. We tried to do our best, but sometimes there is a better opponent, so we need to congratulate them, and that's all, and keep working.
Do you have any special memories of your time in and around the club? Any special stories that you still remember to this day?
I don't know, a lot. I think a lot, but I cannot say just one. It's true that for me it was very difficult in the beginning because the language was a big trouble for me. I couldn't. My English now is bad, but I can understand a lot of things. I can communicate a little bit, but in that moment, it was the first time that I went out from Spain. So it was difficult for me a little bit, but day by day, I was understanding a little bit more about everything, and people in the club, fans, teammates were amazing. So I am very happy to when I went there and live this experience and play football for Victory.
Now, your English is actually very good, to be honest. Me and Kayla can understand you quite well. So congratulations to you on that, because I know it's not easy to learn a new language. But one thing I think you will remember is your goal at Melbourne Victory. And I believe it was against Western Sydney Wanderers in a big win. And in your position, unfortunately, we don't score too many. But do you remember the goal and the moment itself?
Yeah, I remember. I remember it was a cross. I control. I don't know how to say. I do like I go to shoot, but I don't shoot, and the defender pass, and I shoot and score. So yeah, I remember that goal. I don't have too many goals for Victory, so I can remember this goal.
Oh, they all count. Now, obviously, when you came to Melbourne, not just a new club, a new city. Do you remember Melbourne, the city itself, and what that was like?
Yeah. I love Melbourne, so I think it's a very nice city. You have everything. So yes, I spent very good time visiting the city, and I enjoyed a lot.
Well, Raul, thank you for giving us your time. I know you're all the way in Hong Kong preparing for a big match, but we appreciate you coming on, and definitely a fan favourite of the club.
Thank you, and all the best always for you.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Well, Kayla, his English isn't as bad as what he said. He spoke very well, I thought.
You know what? I have to agree, Australians speak really fast and sometimes a little mumbled, so I understand why he has trouble sometimes, but other than that, I thought his English was amazing.
What a lovely guy Raul is. Well, that's it for another episode of Victory TV presented by Canva. This week, we look ahead to a massive finals weekend for the girls on Sunday as they face Adelaide United on Sunday afternoon at Coopers Stadium, where you can see the match on Paramount Plus. And then our next men's match will be a huge Asian Champions League playoff against Vissel Kobe, the one we've all been waiting for, on Tuesday night at 9 p.m. So stay tuned to the Melbourne Victory channels on what platform you can watch the game. And March is still looking as busy as ever, with the big Melbourne derby moved to next Saturday, the 19th at Amy Park. And then it's a short turnaround to face Western United on Wednesday and the Wanderers the Sunday after. And finally, make sure you tune in to Victory TV presented by Canva on Thursday, March 24th. Kayla, it's been a pleasure. Thursday is our favourite day.
Thursdays are our favourite day because it's Victory TV. But also this week, Sunday looks like a really big day for the women. Hopefully they get the win. And Tuesday, a massive day for the men. So fingers and toes crossed, we can get those wins.
That's it. Well, from myself, Jake Barkadash and Kayla Morrison, it's good night.